Did you know a new season of I Think You Should Leave came out today? Yeah.
Are you serious? All right, guys. It's been a really good video. I'm going to go and get some serotonin boosts.
Yeah.
Dude, that's awesome.
I know. I didn't see how many episodes there were, but I watched the first one and it was really good.
Oh, dude. Oh, I love his stuff.
It's just still that awkward. It's so good, man. I watched the first episode. It's got a pretty good reviews right now too. People are like super enjoying it.
Yeah.
But
well, I mean, why wouldn't you? It's awesome. If you guys haven't seen it, check it out. It's on Netflix.
I Think You Should Leave. Tim Robbins. He wrote and directed everything.
Yeah.
Let's see how many episodes there are. I think there's like 8 or 6 more episodes, and there's only 6 in the first place too.
Yeah.
So,
So
there's
it's the same.
12 now.
Okay.
They're short. They're like 18, 20 minute videos.
Yeah, they're
episodes,
episodic just like skit bits. Like
It's
there's like
like-
multiple bits in each episode.
It's like SNL sketches, but actually good.
Yeah. I mean, there's some good SNL sketches, but majority, 100%. Like every single one is literally like
a banger.
A banger,
Yeah.
as the kiddos say.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Thunder Use Pod here.
What's up, everybody?
What's up, everybody?
It's good to see your faces. Or not.
This is our
well, you get to see our faces.
It's good to look at us, huh? It's good to look, huh? You looking? It's good.
We're like,
this is our 4th episode, I think.
yeah, for
on the
YouTube.
tubes. Yeah.
On the tube.
You talked to me about something you got back into, or it's like you rediscovered yourself in it? Or
Yeah.
you fell in love with a brand new person?
Well, no.
Well, no.
No, yeah, I mean, I recently started playing Hollow Knight again because I think we've been playing a lot of these 2D platformer, RPG Metroidvania-esque games. And
However you want to define those.
yeah, however you want.
Genre mess.
Yeah.
Whatever you want to call it.
And it has a little bit of the Dark Souls vibe on it, and so I really, really enjoy it now. I've been playing through it a lot. That's kind of like what my go-to thing has been recently.
How many hours do you think you're in?
Oh,
10?
maybe. Yeah.
10.
Probably 10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you get much further today than what you told me yesterday? Or
I didn't play today.
oh, okay.
I know, dude.
You're busy, boy.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, someone left something in a podcast, so
Oh,
I took all the work to put it together, and then you said, "Hey, there's these things that need to be fixed," and I said, "Okay," and so then I had to refix it, and then I also was rewatching, and getting clips and stuff.
yeah.
But then, yeah, I don't know. I had a busy day of random errands too, so
Sure.
it was kind of just like a weird
No, by all
dynamic. Yeah.
means. Yeah, Hollow Knight is I played through it twice now. Well, I've done 2 things where I've downloaded it and played it multiple times, twice now, or 3 times. Once when it first came out on PC in 2017.
That's where I first started too, because I own
Yeah.
it on PC.
Right, and I played maybe 3 hours of it, and
Mhm.
because it wasn't on anything that could actually take around, because I'm so busy most of the time.
Totally.
I didn't really play it. I loved the soundtrack when I first heard it, and I thought it was phenomenal. But then I was like, I can't keep up with this. I'm not on my laptop that often, so
Yeah.
I didn't play it until I got on Switch for like $15. I think it's actually still $15, and it's been that since it's come out, right?
I think so. Yeah.
Or it's on sale for less.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I think I got it for less than that.
Yeah.
So.
I think I spent 42 hours on my first playthrough, and I was
It's a lot.
being semi-thorough. I didn't 100% it. I just was learning it, and because every time you first start out a new game like that, you kind of suck a little bit. It's like when you're first playing Dark Souls,
Yeah.
you die pretty quickly, and you're like, oh, okay, I got to relearn how to do. Even when they do Dark Souls to Dark Souls 2 or Dark Souls 2 to Dark Souls 3, the engines change so much that you're just not good at the combat yet.
Yeah, you have to relearn it, reintegrate, feel what the hitboxes are, feel the dodge and the.
Yeah. Time up your reflexes to it,
Yeah.
which is a lot harder, especially going from 2 to 3. When 2 has no iframes until
Dude, it's so
until you get a bunch
bad.
of adaptability.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
But Hollow Knight, yeah, I put probably 42 hours my first time, and then I did it again this year, and I probably did another 30 hours to do a decent chunk of it because the DLC, right? Like,
Yeah.
they added a bunch of free stuff.
Yeah.
I love it, man.
I mean, it's a super cool game, and I know that they're in the works on making like a sequel to it with Hornet.
Hornet, yeah,
Right.
Silk Song.
So to me, I think there was, since we've been playing these games, I've just been really like curious to go back because it was a game that I'm the same with you. I got it on PC, didn't have a lot of time to play it, and I felt like I was like, hey, like I have all these other games that I can be playing, so I'm just gonna do that instead. But then I realized I had some credit, and I was like, dude, I know Hollow Knight's good. I should just get it on Switch and then just literally play, it. And so that's what I've been doing. So
Yeah, there's
it's
enough
been,
content for sure.
yeah.
It's a full send recommend from us, I think. In
Yeah.
that way.
No, it's super good.
It does seem to like, it's Kickstarter, right? That's how it started.
Was it
out.
really?
Yeah.
Because I was gonna say like it just
Yeah.
the artwork of it, is it all like hand drawn like esque?
Yeah.
It's just so beautiful, man. Like, and I love like all of the characters feel real. Like they're all like supposed to be like what, like bugs kind of.
Well, yeah, it's all about it's the population in the game in the world is all bugs. Like
Yeah.
the bad guys, the good guys, they're all bugs.
Yeah.
And so you would imagine that the whole world is actually very small. Like
Totally.
reality, right?
Yeah. Right. Right.
It's like that. Like you were. It's man. I can't remember who it was, but there's some guy who's in game journalism who said that if you were to play a small person and like if a person was shrunk down, that would be his ideal open world. Is if you were a human being shrunk down into like Honey I Shrunk the Kid style,
Right.
and explored a world. That was like his dream.
Yeah.
Having a game like that.
Yeah.
And Hollow Knight's like that. If you were just a bug,
Right.
it's really rad.
It's super cool. I love like you said, the soundtrack is literally phenomenal. I love every single place kind of has its own theme, and I don't know, man. Like it
boss
literally gets
variety's
me.
pretty good.
Yeah, the boss variety is really good.
Yeah, you're
think
only
so.
got like 5 or 6 bosses in right now, right?
I think so. Yeah.
Let's say there's like 25 or 30.
Yeah. I mean,
The main path.
there's a
is
lot
less.
of stuff. So
The main path is a lot less. I'm pretty sure. But,
okay.
But then there's also DLC to fight them again in a new arena, and they have more moves. Or there's the DLCs to fight 2 different bosses at the same time. Or there's like shadow versions of the bosses in the game that you can
Interesting.
fight later on that are much harder too. That game has an endless amount of content. I feel like for a $15 indie game, it has an insane amount of content.
Yeah. I mean, I can't even imagine like pumping out something like that and like having like the combat be good, the music is good, the art style is fantastic. Like it just looks beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird when like games can do like develop like indie developers. I feel like genuinely it's kind of like that with like movies too, where it's this thing where like sometimes just indie people just get it, like they know like what people want, and then
Yeah.
they're like, all right, I'm gonna work hard, because again, it takes a lot of money, it takes a lot of time, especially if you're not some huge company, right, with like hundreds of people like on your team.
Ubisoft.
Yeah. Yeah. Fuck you.
Yeah, no. I feel like they have their head closer to the ground. Like they're more in tune
Yeah.
with like the actual people talking compared to a suit in a conference room, right?
Totally.
Who has to push forward approvals,
Yeah.
Now it's just one guy's passion. Like that's what Thomas Happ from Axiom Verge,
Yeah.
like that was a one-man army basically about the whole game, and he made an incredible Metroidvania that's
Yeah.
way more similar to Super Metroid than most, I would
Totally.
say.
And Toby Fox for
And Toby Fox for
Undertale.
Undertale, who
Yeah.
it's a one-man project who just with all that passion came out in one of the most.
And you can just feel it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like
You
when
feel-
you're
oh, well,
playing
you
the
feel it in
game, you
Undertale.
can just feel. Well, yeah, you can definitely feel it in Undertale. That's like probably one of my favorite games of all time. I think is
There's
Undertale
actually a
too.
podcast in a previous episode where you said it's your favorite game of all time.
Then that means that is my favorite game of all time. I mean, yeah, I feel like it kind of has to be. Like there's like for a story, it's just phenomenal. There's just not too many games that have in my mind, or maybe I haven't played them. So if there are, send me them. Send me all the games with really good, rich story. That's still like a challenge. I do like graphic novels, like to some degree, but like I like them less.
Visual
like,
novels?
What I say, graphic novels?
Yeah, you mean
Visual
I like to read
novels.
them too, but
Yeah,
you
yeah.
mean the games, right?
I mean the video
Gotcha,
games.
gotcha.
Yeah.
Me
Because
too.
again, I enjoy story, so those games definitely like meet an itch. But when you can have like a game that you're playing where the story, like you're in control of everything, and it's not just text boxes that you're choosing.
Yeah.
Dude, like your story's just off the charts. It's great. So I think like that. I also am really curious on like Hollow Knight's like lore and like the world and all these things, because it's been so fun kind of just exploring, meeting new people. And there's not as much spoken. I feel like, I'm sure maybe there is. I'm just maybe not there yet, but I think in at least like the 10 hours that I've been playing, getting like little bits of information here and there, or like you'll meet someone and then you'll go do stuff or beat a boss and come back and they'll have totally different dialogue. Like I think of like the mining bug, like I'm assuming that goes somewhere at some point, right? Like that they'll be mined all the way through. Maybe not. I don't know, but
it's worth filling out the bestiary because that colors a lot too for the world.
Interesting.
I think
Okay.
You learn most about how the world's functioning through the bestiary.
Okay.
There is plenty of dialogue to be had through other NPCs, obviously.
Totally.
But there's also just like, I feel like there's bosses you fight that just teach you about why the world is the way it is. Like the reason why there's grubs in jars and why that gives you more, that has a lore reason, like a world reason for why
yeah.
it's like that.
Yeah. Dude.
And like,
it's so cool.
that's really cool, I think, like it's really, really rad that there is a collectible in this game that's built into the lore.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
I'm a huge fan. I wanted to ask you real quick, if you could tell me of any other notable Metroidvanias or that style of game, whatever game may be, whether it is Castlevania Symphony of the Night or if it's Super Metroid, whatever it is. If there's anyone that you like would hold up in pretty high regard.
Yeah. I mean, besides like the ones, I feel like I've kind of just been getting into these since we've done like Astalon and Ender Lilies, which I haven't played yet. I've just watched a few people play and you're raving about it. Yeah, that's good. Are you even playing it anymore?
No, I haven't played Skyrim.
Yeah, understandable. Totally the same exact game.
I got distracted and I've just been enjoying that. That's a different conversation for a different week, though.
Yeah. I'm very unprepared. I wish I would have wrote it down, but there is a game that I just played, probably like
the one on Itch.
Yeah, the one on itch.io, and it was like it's actually made by the same company that made Astalon. So like it's a company that it's like the one with the microphone head or whatever.
Yeah.
Bandico, or what is it? Well, that's not Bandico.
I'll find it, but keep
But
going.
so they helped. I don't know exactly what they did. Maybe they made the entire thing. Maybe they helped. But it's kind of like a game where you're a anime schoolgirl. Shocking that would be a fun game to play. That's kind of like trapped into, like, you get like summoned to this like world where they're trying to like these beings are trying to like sacrifice you, and so you have to like it's totally like almost the same feel, but it just feels way more anime. So you get like more like weapons. There's a lot more like kind of nuance with like the anime-esque of how things go, because it almost feels like a slice of life, but then you're trapped in like this horror world. So it goes back and forth like really well with that.
Rad?
Dude. Well, I've played a little bit of it. I want to play more, but again, it's on PC. So whenever those types of games, I like to support, indie artists or developers and just like people who I'm like, this game looks awesome. I want to like, support it.
Right.
Yeah, man. So I like that game a lot, and I'll put what the game is and a link to like their thing,
below.
and yeah, it'll be below, because I'm dumb and I forget now. I think it's
Sure.
like Lost in something, and watch that not even be at all in the name.
Lost in Translation.
But yeah, dude,
Great romance. What? No?
I love you.
Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Catch up.
Catch up. But yeah, so I'd say that's one that I'm playing now that I'm really excited to play. I don't know of any. I've been trying to look for them, to be honest. So I don't know. Again, comment on this video or email us or whatever if you guys know of any like amazing games that are just kind of going under the radar, or maybe they're not under the radar. I'm just not. I don't know, and maybe Luke doesn't know.
I probably don't.
But yeah, so like I would love to play more, because they feel like these games feel like you're progressing, right? And like I like that. I like that you have this feeling of progression that's kind of like consistent. I mean, I do think there is a degree where I do think that people should have maps. Like I love the thing that I hated about Ashelon that I loved a lot more, and I mean they kind of do it in Ashelon, but they in the is when you get a map of a city in Hollow Knight, it'll like show you like basic outlines of everything,
Yeah.
and it won't be filled in, but it will show you like where there's doors to where you could go.
You get that like once in Astalon.
So yeah, so
The entire game, I think.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like to me, I'm like, okay, like I want that, right? Like I
Yeah.
just want to know where to go, and like it's harder to get there, or maybe you can't even go there yet because you don't have an ability. That's fine, but I just want to know where to go because sometimes I feel like you can kind of get trapped in the maze, and if everything kind of now again looks the same in a bad way, if you're in a dungeon or whatever, or you know, like a lot of it's gonna look similar. But like sometimes I'll legit forget like where I went.
I think that game is a little confusing in terms of map layout.
Yeah, I still haven't beat it. I need to beat that. I should go to
okay.
that. I should do that.
I think for me, Hollow Knight's definitely one I have in pretty high regard. I think it's great. I think it's top tier when it comes down to like, oh, these Metroidvanias. I think Axiom Verge is a little better in my opinion.
Yeah.
Only because it satisfies for me the sci-fi itch. And
makes sense.
As awesome as Hollow Knight is, the only thing it does that's new and different is the aesthetic and the bouncing sword. There's really not much beyond that in terms of a brand new experience.
Totally,
like
yeah.
Double jump, the air dash, like those things are done in clever, cool ways, but it's very much tried and true formula. And I'm not saying it's bad. It's just Axiom Verge does these really weird things where like the progression is gated around your gun. And your gun does some, like you unlock some pretty rad things. Like sometimes it, like there are corrupted, glitchy blocks in the environment that need to be uncorrupted. Like the code needs to be fixed. It looks like Missing Note from Pokemon Red and Blue.
Right.
So you use this gun and it creates a platform out of that. Or you have a cloak that lets you pass through walls, like you glitch through walls. So it's playing really heavy into this. This code vibe, this coding, programming vibe of breaking the code to progress in the game.
That's cool. I dig that.
I thought that was insane. Not to mention the actual pixel art they do in that game is pretty it's pretty incredible.
Yeah.
This is pretty obvious probably, but Castlevania.
Castlevania is good.
It's very hard to top Castlevania in my opinion.
Yeah.
And if I had to narrow down one or two that I would pick, it would probably be Aria of Sorrow for Game Boy Advance or Dawn of Sorrow for DS.
Yeah.
Because that's quite literally, like, I think the best Castlevania has ever been. Symphony of the Night on PS1's good, too. That kind of helped start the genre. But these are some of my favorite kind of games.
I'm excited to actually play the one on Game Boy Advance because we can. And I'm excited to go because I wanted to do it because of you. Because you're all about them. And I'm like, I'm going to play it. We can talk about it once I start maybe get in the middle of it or finish it or whatever.
Dude,
so
Aria of Sorrow is an experience. I freaking love that game. That game blew me away when I was 12 or 11. Shit.
It's a long ass time
12
ago.
or 13. I was 13, I think. And the sequel blew me away even further. So, absolutely fantastic games. Totally worth playing.
Yeah, man. It's a good genre.
Yeah. Well, it looks like we're hitting the end of our video. So, thanks for checking in with us, guys.
Yeah. Love you guys.
As always, Thunder Goose Pod. If you're on the channel, please make sure you're subscribed and you like the video.
Yeah.
If you don't want to do other things, please let us know why you don't want to do those things.
Yeah.
In the comments below.
Yeah. And if you guys have any like things that you guys want us to react about, let us know. And And then I also was thinking that I love you guys.
Oh, he was just thinking it though. He hasn't said it right.
I haven't said it yet. Just thinking.
Please tune into the videos the podcast releasing this Tuesday. We are doing a new series that comes out this Tuesday called it's B Movie BS. So we're returning with our B Movie banter. So if you listened to our old episodes about 2 or 3 series back, we did one on B movies that was based on The Killer being like the theme.
Yes.
So Killer Sofa, Killer Donuts, and then Killer
Pinata. Yep.
And this time we're doing B movies focused on animals.
Yeah.
And our first one, which we announced this last Tuesday in our series dive finale of Death Parade, we said we were going to do Moose the movie.
Moose the movie.
which Joel and I have watched it now, and it is
Yes.
crazy as it sounds. It is ridiculous.
Yeah,
But
it's good.
It's worth the $2 it costs to rent on Amazon. So
It is. I mean, it's also.
Yeah.
I'll just throw this out there for people. It's $5 to own. It's $2 to rent, $5 to own. So
and it's worth supporting those indie
I don't know, man.
those indie film artists.
Yeah.
Like, it's worth it.
Because it's something you can
so-
show your friends.
Did you buy it?
No,
Oh, okay.
I was going to.
Yeah.
I probably will. You know what? By the end of this video,
I wouldn't mind talking to those guys.
I'm gonna buy it.
What's the main actor's name?
We got to cut this because I don't know.
All right, we'll talk about it later. Anywho's Thunder Goose Podcast out. We appreciate you guys for checking in and joining us. Please keep up with us on the podcast network. Let us know how you feel.
Yep.
And we'll see you soon.
Sounds good.
Bye.
Bye.